Right now and just watched the replay. So what is your take on the contact with Felix? Is it too aggressive or appropriate?
Yeah, it's one of those things. I've heard you guys in the booth are comparing it to last week, though. But the big difference is I wasn't the one doing the overtaking last week, so not quite the same. But neither here nor there. It's a shame. You know, we had a car to be up front.
Is there anything that you can do? Your wheel keeps getting knocked out of your hand. I mean, is there anything that you can do to prevent that from happening again?
I'm open to suggestions.
All right. Thank you, Alex.
You've caught up with somebody that's unfortunately out of this race.
It is Kyle Kirkwood. He told me when I talked to him on Friday, he'd been circling this event. This is the one you wanted to come to. How bad did it bite you this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we just didn't have the pace all weekend. That race, we were getting faster as the race got on. We got the balance kind of right there for the end. We were looking to be on a pretty good strategy, more fuel and better tires than everyone else, although coming from the back. And the one pass I tried to make on Jimmy, I just don't think that he realized I was trying to pass him on the inside. So super unfortunate. Again, it was very racy out there, but at the end of the day, we ended up in the wall again. So it's super unfortunate. I feel bad for the number 14 Sexton AJ Foy Racing guys because we need to get a good finish here. We really do.
There will be better days for Kyle Kirkwood in Toronto.
And worked your way forward, but another really solid day for you here on the streets of Toronto. How would you evaluate it?
Yeah, I think it's an amazing day for the team, especially the strategy. Mike Schenk pulled out an incredible strategy, dragged everybody in, but we undercut basically, and with that undercut we were able to get so many spots in the first stint, getting off the red Firestone tires. Car was amazing on the black tires. We had some really good fights, really good passes. Unfortunately, I got bunched up with McLaughlin there on the last restart, and Ericsson and Palou were able to go by. But it's what it is, you know. Wrong spot, wrong time. But great battles out there. I love the track, and super proud of the whole team.
This is a race and a racetrack that consistently proves to be pretty strategy heavy. You got to be fluid, kind of with how the cautions fall and everything else. What's that like for you as a driver? Do you leave that all up to Mike? Is that something you guys go back and forth on? How do you balance deciding what to do and when to do it?
Well, we talk about it. We start talking about next race about tomorrow already. So we do this every week. We are very. We communicate a lot on strategy and what happened in previous years. We have a system now where we have a way to review all the races from before and put out the best strategy that won in the past and different scenarios. And then he picks what he needs depending where we qualify and how good I feel either on the black tires or the red tires.
All right, they hit it good today. Simon Pagenaud from 18th to 7th. Marcus Ericsson, who comes home 5th today, but more importantly extends his points lead to 35 now over Will Power. So on a day where some other guys struggled, you guys did what you needed to do and capitalized and had a good day. How would you sum it up?
Yeah, it was a very good day for us. We obviously qualified a little bit further back than we thought we should have. I think we had more speed. We showed in the practice sessions that we had speed to be, right up there. But missed a little bit in qualifying with balance driving, and that's enough to start, ninth. But even so, we had a good plan today, good strategy. The 8th crew did a great job. The Husky Chocolate Honda was really fast out there. So it was a good points day, like you said as well. And it's quite tough at times as well. It was tough towards the end there. A couple of restarts that I had to be clever about, and always that risk versus reward when you're fighting for a championship. But I'm really happy with the way we managed to do the race today. Yeah, we talked about that risk versus reward balance on the broadcast. How do you balance that? I mean, especially you're battling Palou, who's not only your teammate, but you're racing him for the championship too, and all the other guys out there. At what point do you have to kind of coincide and give something up maybe because for the greater good for the championship? Yeah, it's really tough. It's a very fine line there, how aggressive you need to be and not do anything stupid. I think today was a perfect sort of measured drive from me. I was clever when I had to be and aggressive when I had to be, because there and then a couple of guys ahead did a bad restart and I managed to pick 2 positions, and that's going to be really important when we sum this up in Laguna in a couple in the end of the season. So I think it's tough to have the right mental mindset and pick your battles, but I think we did that really well today. And P5 is a really, really good points day with some misfortune for some other guys. Absolutely. Solid day for Marcus Ericsson and the Chip Ganassi racing car, Dave.
Dylan, I asked Alex Palou after qualifications left him in 22nd if he could pull off a Will Power. That was 21st to 3rd at Mid-Ohio. Your answer was yes, so how pleased are you with 22nd to 6th?
We needed a bit more to do a power today, but super pleased with with how we ended the race. A shame that we had the car to obviously do a little bit better, but we started far in the back. But yeah, it was a huge day for the team. 3 cars in the top 6. P6 for me starting 22nd, so super happy. Car was good. We gambled a bit on the first stop, pitting early. It kind of worked, and we were quite fast, overtook some cars on track, and it was fun. So yeah, it was a great weekend.
It appears you're not afraid to race your teammate and the championship leader there, Ericsson, a little hard, like you all did at Road America as well.
Yeah. It looks close, but I had to try. It was all jammed up. I couldn't really go much more there, and we were all fighting, but it was fun. And yeah, super happy with how the race ended up.
And Alex is still just 35 points out of the championship lead, 37 now actually, so he's got a shot before the end of the year.
And another good
car, knew he had some work to do and did it so well.
Yeah, what a fun race. Big thanks to all our McLaren SP, Circle K. It was just, wow. I mean, what a race. We had to fight really hard for it. The strategy for the race was kind of, you kind of have to overtake on track and do good pit stops, and I think we nailed both of those. We took the opportunities we had, and that slowly moved us forward. I think if it wasn't for that last yellow, I think we were in a really good position with fuel. But everyone sort of went to flat-out race in the end there with Colton and Scott. But yeah, really good fun, good racing, as it should be. First podium with the team, really stoked.
You said every run now, I want to prove that I belong back in IndyCar with McLaren. Does this prove your point?
Yeah, I think this weekend, hopefully makes Zach dub some things. It's still a long way to go in the year, but it's, as I said, every race just keep getting better and better, and this is the trajectory we want to be on, and I'm so excited for the rest of the season.
Well done today, Felix Rosenqvist. Let's move to 4th place. That was Graham Rahal, and a big handshake for him, and you guys raced hard together, and you overcame a lot over the last few weeks and this weekend as well. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, first off, Felix has to prove nothing to anybody. The guy's exceptional talent. He belongs in IndyCar racing. I hope he finds a spot. I know if we had room at the end, I'd be pushing for him. So, but for us, I think, P4 feels like a win. Particularly today, I don't think it was given, right? Strategy-wise, we went really long in the first stint. We were still, even on old tires, with the fastest car on track, able to pull a little bit of a gap there. The yellow kind of hurt us all, I suppose, but the guys did an unbelievable job in that pit stop, +4 on that stop, so congrats to them. I mean, I think, from an engineering standpoint and from a team standpoint, for us to stay positive this year has been hard. There's a lot of people that doubt us. A lot of people think I can't drive. We know differently, but people do think that, and we'll just put our heads down. This is a good kickstart to the remainder of our year with High V and everything. Next week is a big weekend, so hopefully we can have a great result for all of our partners there. But for Honda, another strong day. It's looking forward. It's a good way to start 5-4, right? So good start.
And you can't do it without pace, and you've explained over time just how hard everyone's working. Everyone works hard, but you've been working extremely hard on doing this. Where did the result on the pace really come from?
Well, it's even harder, even as Rocket said to me this weekend, said, hey, great job, with the team, because when others are continuing to develop too. So for us to try to close that gap from as far back as we were is really hard mid-season. It's not something that traditionally you can do, but we had a great test in Sebring. We thought that'd relate well to here. We had a good test in Iowa. We have high hopes for next weekend. Indy Grand Prix, we're okay, and then we go back to Nashville, which shouldn't replicate here. I mean, I think there's a lot of different aspects of this that add up. I think we found a few. We're still deficient in some areas for sure, but today was a great step in the right direction. So I'm really proud of the guys. I think a lot of people have been beating their heads against the wall this year. A lot of our sponsors, I know it's been tough on them, but for United Rentals and all of them, thank you so much for sticking with us and keep putting our heads down and go forward.
Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan fans, stay tuned. More to...
It's Colton Herta, who, of course, had his hands full there at the end, holding off Felix Rosenqvist, and on tires that obviously had extended their life for the length of that stint. How tough was it out there to try and hold on to second?
Yeah, Felix was really fast, and I'm glad that we were able to keep him behind us, but he looked like if, a few more laps he was going to get us. But we just struggled a little bit with tire wear at the end, but other than that, our car was amazing. Obviously got beat out there by Dixon, but, one of those races I have to be proud of. team did an amazing job. Car was really good all weekend. Pole and a second place, I'm happy with that. It's good to be back on the podium, and hopefully we can continue with these results more consistently.
Well, and that's the thing, too, after Mid-Ohio and just the struggle you guys had there, how nice was it to come here and just execute a nice day and come home on the podium?
Yeah, it's good. We just need to make this a little bit more regular and then do it again next year, and we'll be looking a lot better in the championship.
Absolutely. Colton Herta, second place today.
I'll just start on that simple point. Got you the lead early.
It did. You know, we struggled a little bit actually on rears. We made some adjustments after this morning in some of the the different tracks that we'd been to throughout the year. Where we'd fought with understeer, and that definitely wasn't the case today. So it was a tough drive, man. I was like this the whole race. So I don't know, ended a streak there, which is fantastic. Just so happy for the team. It's been a crazy year for the 9. I still feel extremely bad for all our partners and everybody involved for the 500. And again, I'm glad that Marcus was able to win it for our team, because the team definitely deserved it. But the PNC Bank number 9 back in winner's circle, man, it just feels so good. Massive thank you to Honda. To get that fuel mileage today was so easy.
You talked to us about it before, but how do these words ring? You have as many IndyCar wins as Mario Andretti.
It's amazing, honestly, to be close to Mario. Every time I'm asked these questions, I'm just so thankful that we still have AJ and him in the pits. We get to see them, we get to talk to them. It's just fantastic. Well done. Good job, man. Good job. So it's huge, man. Just feel so lucky to be a part of this group, and even the other cars that had a rough qualifying, we're able to get right back up there. So hopefully we're kind of in the title hunt now.
Well, and I was going to talk to you about that, because we also spoke about that, and you said all we need to do is get on a roll, and we have to do it quick. Is this the roll?
I'm hoping this is the start of the roll. I think the team definitely deserves it. I know we've been working as hard as any. I'm going to give Cannon a big shout out too. He's not here this weekend, Mike Cannon, for all of his hard work and effort that he puts in every weekend. And it was just tremendous to see all the teams work really well together this weekend.
The drought is over. Scott Dixon is in victory lane for the first time in 2022. And Kevin, he did it the Dixon way. Fast, able to save fuel when he needs to, and right there at the end.